Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Charles Tulip and today we are playing the Planet Zoo career mode. So we are in the Nevada State Eco Zoo and I did work on this zoo a little bit yesterday on stream. We built this habitat for zebras and springbok right over here. And let's check how many animals we have in here. We have 3 zebras and we have a 5 springbok. So actually, this guy can go to the trade center, and we might be able to get some conservation credits for him. So I have actually adopted a camel right here, and I am trying to get another camel. I did have to spend some conservation credits to get this camel, but I have not seen a male pop up in the trade center yet. And then the other animal that I adopted is actually an orangutan. So I got a male orangutan, and that cost nearly all of my conservation credits just buying those two. So I'm on the lookout for a male camel and a female orangutan. And there's actually a male in the animal market right now. But let's see, if we release this guy to the wild, we can get 7 conservation credits. This should also increase our conservation rating a little bit. It looks like we're not quite at 2 stars right now. So let's go ahead and, you know what, I'm just going to hold on to him for a little bit. He's not worth that much. So let's check out our objectives for this zoo. So now that I have the camel in its habitat, we have 4 different habitat species in the zoo, so we've achieved that. The next thing we need to do is reach 10% plant diversity across at least 3 habitats, and it looks like we're at 6% right now. So hopefully once we decorate this camel's habitat, we will actually have enough plant diversity and we can go on to earning the silver star next. So I'm going to filter this now for the camel. Let's get a food trough for it. Let's also get this water pipe. Maybe I'll put that over here. Okay, and then let's look at the shelters that we have. Maybe we can get probably this larger size shelter back here. And then let's also, I'm not sure why I just got that notification. It said animals adopted for cash cannot be released to the wild. I'm not sure why it said that just now. Let's go ahead and put some of this bedding in here for the camel. And just looking at this, maybe we don't need this sign way over here because that is kind of, they can't really see the camel from way over here. So let's also see if we have any enrichment items for the camel. We do. We have a block of ice, we have a grab ball, and then this grazing ball feeder. And we might want to check on the zebra and the springbok because I think we did a little more research. We might be able to give them some more toys as well. So let's actually just do that now. So we'll choose zebra and the springbok in here. There it is. Yeah, so we can also give them this grab ball. I will put a couple of those in there, and they already have a couple of the grazing ball feeders. And I think I gave the wolves all the toys that we have unlocked for them. Yeah, so for the wolves, we've unlocked the block of ice, the dog ball, and the sprinkler. So they have all of those in their habitat. And we have just 3 wolves. Actually, the first male wolf that I had passed away, but they did have a baby together, Zoe right here. So there are 2 females and 1 male, a new male that I purchased. in there right now. Oh, the camel was just using its grab ball. That was really cute, actually. Okay. Let's see how much plant coverage they want in here. And it looks like the camel does not like this prickly pear. That makes sense because that is an American cactus. But let's get some of these century plants. And maybe this date palm would be nice. That's a small one. Yeah, maybe a couple of these. The camel actually does not want very many plants in here. So maybe we can do some of these salt cedar bush. Yeah, let's get a few of those. And then I think, because we need more diversity in here, let's also get this other type of palm tree. Yeah, this would look nice, actually. Maybe the smaller one. Okay, and that is about all the plants that the camel wants. I will try to put a little more of this grass in here. Um, yeah, and let's even do a couple pieces of the dry grass. Let's see. Okay, so that is that 17% coverage for the camel. It does not look like we earned the bronze star. So we are at 8% plant diversity, but this is only counting 3 different habitats. So let's actually check in with our wolves. We might be able to put some more plants in here for them. I guess we just need more different types of plants. Um, this is, oh, this looks like it actually is supposed to go in a basket. It's called the basket fern, but I think it's actually supposed to go in a basket. So I don't know. I kind of like how the habitats look right now. So I'm not sure about adding any more plants in here. Maybe if we just look for flowers. Let's actually change this to North America. We could get this lady fern in here. I think I did not do the nettles yet. Hmm. I thought I had a good idea, but I just don't know about adding any more plants in there. And then these guys are pretty much at the max for the number of plants that they want. Do I have this? Let's just check. I have this hawthorn bush in both the wolves and the zebras and stuff. So maybe we switch out I think this will work. But we'll switch out the hawthorn bush for something else because that is in both exhibits right now. So let's find a different type of bush. Maybe this one would be nice. Um, yeah. Or do we already have that one? What's this? That is the arrowhead bush. Oh, okay. We already have that one. The bramble bush. I want this bramble bush to be a little bit bigger. Let's see. That one's very tiny. And probably just adding one of the bush is probably already counting towards our plant diversity. So maybe we should find another type of plant to put in here. We could put some of this buffalo grass. Um, okay, this is an interesting plant. It looks like it has some flowers on it. Let's see. We're at 9% plant diversity. I really wish that was a little more clear how they're calculating that number. Maybe we can add another type of plant in here. The lady fern. Let's see, this rose bush. Why are the roses gray? Hmm. Okay, well, that earned us the bronze star. Interestingly, the most popular species is the orangutan, which we have not even placed yet. We have 775 guests in the zoo. And we unlocked the next scenario. We've also unlocked this anaconda statue and the Japanese macaque statue. Okay. I actually just placed this because I wanted to see if I could change the color of the roses, but it does not even look like I can. So why would the flowers be gray? Maybe they're supposed to be white, but looks really strange. There's a hydrangea bush, which is a lot prettier. So maybe we can place a couple of these in here. Maybe not so close to the entrance. Yeah, I don't know. Let's just get another one right there. Okay. Let's clean the zebra's habitat. And I'm gonna check the zookeeper's in there right now. This is probably an issue where we do not have enough zookeepers. So let's look at our finances. It looks like last year we earned 25,000. 2 years ago we earned 13,000. So I think we could hire, we have 3 zookeepers. Maybe I will just hire 3 or two or 3 more. Maybe we'll get another vet as well. I think that their salary here is for the whole year. Because if I look at this tab, the ongoing expenses, I'm paying almost $9,000 in staff wages. So I'm pretty sure that this salary is for the whole year for them, which does not seem very realistic. It's only $1,000. So, I was kind of thinking, is that the salary for 1 month? And it's gonna cost me $12,000 to hire them for a whole year. But I think it is really only $1,000 for the whole year. We finished some vet research for the springbok. Let's go ahead and research the camel. And then I did create this extra path coming out of the exhibit house. I put a path that connects up to this one up here. Just so that they could see the camel and stuff. I kind of wish there was supports under the path. I suppose we could build some, but I wish that was an automatic thing that was placed there. Let's see if there's another camel for sale yet. There's an Indian elephant. There's also red panda. Okay, so no orangutans, no camel in here. And I've just been hesitant to purchase a lot of these animals because, what was I saying? Because they all need water in their habitat. I noticed I did not check the camel's terrain requirements. It actually wants a little bit more rock. So, looks like that is good for the camel. Anyways, let's check the silver requirements now. So we need to increase the average habitat species overall welfare to 70% with 9 habitat species in the zoo. So we are doing okay because it looks like overall welfare is 74% right now. Excuse me. Okay. We also need to breed 2 new timber wolves, which we've already bred 1, and then reach 20% plant diversity across at least 5 habitats, and we're at 10% right now. Animal welfare has attracted protesters. This animal is very stressed out. I think it's trying to eat right now. And then one of our zebras has a disease. So let's call the vet over here. Let's also call the zookeeper to clean the habitat. We have a baby zebra. Okay, I think there's just a lot of people up on this sidewalk. It's not good. It's not good when the protesters come whenever the animal's stressed out because, oh, 2 of our springbok are fighting right now. Yeah, we have an extra male. Okay. The protesters only stress out the animal more because they are so loud and they stand right outside the habitat. I don't know why the springbok is just running around instead of going in its shelter. Oh, one of our springbok is also sick and has severe welfare issues. That's not good. I think we should try to make the orangutan habitat. So what I'm thinking is that we can't place water in this scenario. So every animal that requires water is going to need to go around this pool. So somehow we're going to need to bring the paths around here as well. You know, like we might be able to do the elephants down here because this is kind of a big area. I was also planning to put another keeper hut down here for the camels. Okay, let's check. There is enough shelter space for all the animals in here. Um, I don't know why this one is not going in its shelter to hide. So should we try to draw the next habitat in here? So yeah, what I was saying is every animal that needs water is going to have to go around here. But I was thinking the animals that don't need water, which there's actually not very many in the animal trading, but the animals that don't need water could go over here in this area. So anyways, let's go ahead and draw in the barrier over on this side. So we'll get it in the corner here. We can draw this way. Let's turn it here. Okay, I'm kind of just drawing this habitat as large as it could be, and then I'm going to section it into pieces. Let's see. This wall here is pretty steep, so I think we'll be okay with the null barrier back here. So let's go ahead and draw it just like this. And I'm gonna move this slightly so it's lined up. Okay, and then yeah, let's just section out a little area here for the orangutan. And I'm gonna check the Zoopedia and see how much area the orangutan needs. So we can have 6 in the habitat. So that is 11,000 square feet for 6. And both of these habitats are right around 20,000 square feet. So I think we will do okay if we section this in sort of in half. And that might be a little bit small. We might want the next one out here. Yeah, I'm gonna make this more perpendicular and then draw this out. Okay, so that works. Now, let's go back in here. The habitat needs to be, or the barriers need to be over 5 meters. Okay, that seems really tall. Let's just edit the barrier from here to here. So this is gonna have to be like 15 feet tall. I I don't really want it to be taller than the path, but I guess we're all right if we go up to 15 feet. It looks a little goofy, but they should be able to see in there still. I'm just trying to figure out where to put the door in here, actually. And this barrier down here looks a little bit crooked. Maybe we'll be okay if we do something like this. Let's make sure this is perpendicular here. And let's just see. We could draw it this way now. Yeah. Let's just lower that so it's even. And this one too. Then I will stick the gate over on this side. Which looks like it's going to mess up our barriers a little bit. So let's draw that back. Okay, let's try this again. Right, the staff path. We'll draw this out. Oh, I guess we could have come out a little bit farther. We'll just line it up here with this. Okay. Let's see now. This is 14,000 square feet, so that should be a good size for the orangutans. And let's go ahead and make this climb proof. Okay, that was on the correct side. And I guess we'll move the orangutan in here. It says low welfare now. I guess it's been in quarantine too long. I guess our protesters also left. An animal died. That was the springbok. So maybe we should probably get another springbok to replace that one. I am going to release this guy to the wild. Our conservation rating is at 2.5 stars now. There's actually a male camel in here, and we can afford him. So let's get this guy. And then I'm going to check the springbok down here. It looks like there's only a male for sale. Animal welfare has attracted protesters again. Can you guys hear me? Sorry, I think, okay, can you hear me now? I'm worried my microphone might have been muted. Sometimes these buttons on here get pressed. Okay, well, let me know if you can't hear me, please. Let's see the notification. So this is for the orangutan now. So let's just pause the game until we get his habitat set up because he's going to need a climbing structure and things like that before he'll be happy. So it looks like he needs more short grass. He probably wants this to be... Actually, he doesn't want that much grass. Some long grass. And then he actually wants soil and rock. Okay, and let's just put some rock on this little cliffside. Okay, so that's good for the terrain. We'll switch this now to the orangutan. Let's get the larger feeding platform and a water pipe. For the shelter, we could probably do, let's see. I mean, there's this kind of cool rock cave thing, but I put that in the wolf habitat. I don't think we finished our mechanic research yet. I had the mechanic researching shelters and climbing, so I was hoping to have finished one of those shelter blueprints in the research. Um, yeah, I think the roof on these is just like so steep. I don't know why it bothers me. Oh, I wish we had finished that mechanic research. I wonder if we don't have enough mechanics. We only have two. Okay, let's see. Last year we spent almost 11,599 on staff wages. We still made $20,000 in profit. 2 years ago we made 25,000. So I am going to start hiring some more staff. I think we could use two more mechanics, probably another zookeeper. And I think that will be good for now. So he's actually fine in here by himself as far as his social group. He has 100% welfare for that. Let's see. He can have the block of ice and the grab ball. Let's put a couple of those in the sprinkler. And we can put a few of these climbing branches in here. Let's also get some this shape. Okay, welfare is still at 30%. Maybe it would help with the springbuck if I let them go underneath this path. Like if I extended their barrier out here a little bit, they could go underneath the path. And then they could probably hide under there. It might also be because this shelter has a window in it that it's not providing them a space to hide. Okay, the last three animals that I've picked up from the trade center have all had diseases or injuries. Is there any way to see how far along the mechanic research is? I don't think so. Yeah, let's put some of these logs actually, and then we can stick the climbing platform on them. And then maybe we'll do another log on that one. Let's see. That is not nearly enough climbing space. He wants so much climbing space. We could use this piece like a ramp. It looks like this orangutan lives in the desert because the soil is very, it's a very deserty texture, the soil in here. Especially this dry soil. It just looks so dry and cracked. It does not look like something an orangutan would be in at all. Okay, our camel passed quarantine, so let's move him in. There's still just a male springbok. Maybe if we refresh this, let's see. Okay, not a lot of options for the animal trade center. I guess we could put some plants in here. The orangutan might like that. Oh, but we did just finish the mechanic research. That's what I was waiting for. Let's keep researching that category for sure. Okay, let's see what we unlocked. So we have this animal climbing frame. We also have this one. Um, yeah. I'm just gonna put one right here. And maybe even over on this side. Possibly one there. And did we unlock any other shelters? It looks like we unlocked these metal shelters. I think I would rather use this one. He'll probably be okay with the small size here. Let's go ahead and put that up in that corner. And then we'll put some of the bedding in here. Okay, let's see how we're doing on climbing space. That's good for climbing space. Let's also get one of these in here. Okay, so that looks like a good climbing gym for him. And then we'll get some plants. Okay, let's turn these one options off. Let's also turn the blueprints off. So I'm gonna look for plants that we haven't used yet because we need more plant diversity. We've already used these African oil palms over there, but this is a new tree. So we can fit a few of these. There's bamboo. So yeah, there's gonna be a lot of different plants in here. Maybe I will actually put the bamboo along these walls. That might look nice. I think there is a shorter bamboo. Maybe it's this one. Yeah, I forgot how tall this bamboo is. It's a little crazy. Um, yeah, so I'm just gonna put a couple of those right there. I think that looks kind of nice. Maybe we'll do another one over here. And that way the orangutan should have a little bit of more shelter from the people viewing his habitat, and they will just be able to see in right there. Let's get some of these bird nest ferns. Um, okay, let's also think about, we could put the coconut palm in here. That might look all right. Okay, I love these plants. We haven't had a chance to use these ones yet. The custard apple tree, maybe the smaller one. Okay, and the sun is going down. Let's see how we're doing on plant diversity right now. We have 13%. Okay. So I think let's try to get this up to 15%, because then we'll have 5% left for our next habitat. Our average welfare is up to 85%, so that's looking good. You know what? Maybe this is the shorter bamboo. This fountain bamboo is actually quite a bit shorter than the other one. So maybe I was thinking some of these eucalyptus trees. We'll try to make this habitat look a little overgrown. Yeah, let's do some of these bushes. Okay. One back there. Let's stick one underneath this climbing structure. And we'll do a couple back there. And then possibly the tamarind tree. Let's see. We could put a couple. And maybe actually one more over here. Our springbok is having a lot of trouble hiding from the guests. Let's see, our plant diversity is at 14% now. Since the orangutan likes a lot of plants, let's keep sticking plants in here. You look at him on his climbing structure. I love to watch the animals climb. Okay. Maybe we'll just rotate this water pipe around so that you can still get to it. Okay, and we're still at 14% for the plant diversity. This goal is a little bit harder than I thought. Maybe if we get some of these purple flowers. And I think it's just counting, like I said, I think it's just counting the number of different plants. So one plant of each type would actually be sufficient to bring that percentage up. But I feel like I put most of the plants that are even in this section in this habitat here. So let's see if we're up to 15. Yes, we are. Okay. Okay, and let's check this guy. Let's see, his space looks fine. And then we'll check the heat map for his traversable area. So that all looks good, I think. It's okay. Yeah. So let's pick out another animal that could go in this habitat, and let's actually put a door on this habitat. So we can see how much room we have in here. And that's going to be 15,000 square feet in this one. So it's actually a little bit bigger than the orangutan's habitat. And I don't think we need this barrier over here anymore. Yeah, okay. Right. So we could put so let's just see here. I'm pretty sure the African buffalo need water. I know the Bard's tapir need water. The black wildebeest maybe. Okay, there is a girl orangutan for sale, but we don't have enough conservation credits. The gharial definitely needs water, so does the flamingo. Let's see about this Himalayan brown bear. And it does not need water, so we could probably put the brown bear in this habitat here. Yeah, I'm also gonna look at the African buffalo. This one does need water, and then the black wildebeest does not need water, but it does have interspecies enrichment with the African buffalo. So I was kind of thinking about putting those two together. This poor springbok is so stressed out. So Himalayan brown bear is one option. The elephants need water. We already have zebras. The crocodiles need water. And then the snow leopards. Hmm. Snow leopards could be another good option. Although we can't afford the snow leopard. We can afford the brown bear. I just want to check the space requirements for both of them. So for two bears, it's 6,300 square feet. For the snow leopard, it's going to be 8,700 square feet. So the snow leopard might fit in this habitat a little better because this is actually, 15,000 square feet. Our vet research is complete. Oh, for the camel. I think I want to research the Timberwolf here because if we get up to level 4, then we get breeding research. So that will actually give us a bonus to how often they reproduce. And yeah, we need to have another one born. So let's just label this for the snow leopard. And we'll think about putting them in there. And then the snow leopard is going to need a taller wall. So let's go ahead and let's actually not choose this last wall piece. And we'll go up to here. And let's just see, this one is 15.07. There we go. And let's also raise up these pieces now. And we'll go ahead and select the whole thing and make it climb proof as well. And then we'll just make sure on this middle part that it is on both sides. Let's also get some signs for the orangutan. So we'll get a sign there. And maybe one right here. We'll just change those to orangutan. And then we'll get a speaker as well over here. And let's just see. They are looking through the bamboo over here. I don't know how. I yeah, actually I might just even get rid of that sign. But let's make sure, well, we do have a donation bin there and there, so that's probably plenty. And let's see how the camels are doing on space. Oh, they've got plenty of room. Okay. So we might as well adopt this brown bear while we can. Let's let's look. We can afford this snow leopard, so let's get her. And we're gonna need quite a bit more conservation credits before we can afford the male snow leopard. Maybe it will tell me we can earn conservation credits by improving the zoo reputation. So if we start marketing, that would actually improve the zoo reputation. And then also if we increase the education. So I'm going to hire a couple educators. Let's do that. And let's also start some marketing for the zoo. Let's do, let's see, let's do cereal box advertisements and then this online campaign for banner adverts. Let's see, if that put our marketing up to almost 4 stars. So maybe instead of this one, we'll do one of the TV commercials. Let's see now, our marketing is only at, oh, now it's up to 5 stars. Okay, good. So let's see if our zoo reputation goes up a little bit. I think I'm gonna pause the game here for a second. I am gonna give the Springbok this space underneath the path. And hopefully they can hide down there and they won't get so stressed. That's my hope. Let's try that again. I'm trying to get a good angle to see how to move this, but maybe we should just do it from up here. So we can kind of do that. And then this piece I'll make into the wood logs. Let's go ahead and raise that up here. We'll raise this piece a little bit. Yeah. Okay, that looks fine. And let's make sure it's connected on this side. Okay, and then also let's paint some grass underneath here. Okay, let's see if that gives them an extra space to hide and hopefully they won't be so stressed out. Looks like the zebras want more long grass. So let's get a little bit more long grass in here. Okay, and that is good for the zebras. Our snow leopard just passed quarantine. Let's go ahead and move her in. And our zoo reputation is a little over 3 stars right now. But we did not get very many conservation credits for that, for increasing the zoo reputation yet, I guess. I'm also gonna check the power coverage. So we are being powered by 4 wind turbines right now. I got rid of the last transformer. Yeah, let's see the Springbok. Okay, now it's running into its shelter. I don't know if this is going to help this area underneath here. The zebra has very low stress. Okay, she ran under there. Let's see if her stress goes up. It looks like it is going up, but she might still be affected by the noise that people are making. Okay, at least her welfare is back in the green. I kind of want to build for the snow leopards in here. I want to build a little bit of a hill for them. Yeah. So maybe something like that, and then we'll take the next level down. And let's do, I actually want this to be a little bit lower. So we'll do something like that. Yeah, that looks all right. Let's smooth it out. Oops, there's a big hole in the middle. Whoops. Okay, maybe if we just pull that out, maybe there won't be a hole in there. And I'm just gonna change the shape of this a little bit. I don't want it to be so close to the barrier like this. Okay, that might be as smooth as it gets. But that way we can have a little snowy mountain for our snow leopard. Looks like we finished some more vet research for the timber wolf. Let's get that up to level 4 for the breeding bonus. Okay, and then we're also going to need a cooler in here for the snow leopard. Yeah, let's put one over here and one over here. And let's change this now to snow leopard. Animal welfare has attracted protesters for the springbok again. Let's get this food tray in here. And the water pipe. Okay, and with that, I'm gonna take a quick break here. I will be right back in a second. Hi guys, I'm back. Okay, so let's keep working on this snow leopard habitat. Let's this poor springbok, just will not hide. We only have two springbok in here. Maybe we can get another female springbok. There's another male. This camel is dark brown. I did not know the camel came in that color. That's very cool. Just seeing what other animals are available. We might think about getting another female timber wolf. Let's just see. I mean, we do have two in there already, so that's probably good. Okay. So this snow leopard needs shelter. And let's give it one of these wooden shelters. Yeah, I think I'll go with this one. We'll put it right up against the wall here. And then let's get another one of those next to it so they have a little bit more shelter space. Right, let's find the snow leopard again. Look at it climbing the mountain. That's very cool. Okay, and then let's fix up the terrain in here. Let's see how we're doing. We need to have 9 habitat species in the zoo. So to get the silver star, we're going to need 3 more habitat species. And then we need 20% plant diversity. Okay. So the snow leopard would like a little bit of snow. Let's go ahead and put that up here. Okay. And that is enough snow for it. Let's also get some rock. Maybe I should have put the rock down before I put the snow down, because I just want this to be actually showing rock where the snow is not. So we'll paint the snow back. Okay. Yeah. I might move this cooler over a little bit because it's making kind of a weird line here in the middle. Many guests think tickets are underpriced. Well, we can increase the price. Let's go up to $13 and $10, and maybe I will put that one up to 14. Okay, it's gonna take a second for the snow to come back. Let's find our snow leopard. And then, let's see, it looks like the rest should be soil and short grass. And let's just fix the outside of the habitat real quick. And then we'll put some grass over on this side. Oh, the snow leopard is on top of its shelter. Hopefully it cannot get out that way. Okay, so that looks all right for the terrain. I'm gonna check this leopard's traversable area. Let's see, it's about to jump out, isn't it? What is it doing? Okay, it was kind of stuck down there. Okay, yeah, it looks like it can't get out, actually. So that's interesting. Animal's not in its ideal temperature range. So let's see, when it's in its shelter, we definitely want it to be in the ideal temperature range. So maybe we just need to put another cooler there. And let's see, it can have the block of ice here. Let's maybe get a climbing structure for it. That would be nice. And I'm actually gonna move this down into the ground a little bit. And then it doesn't look like we've unlocked any other toys for it. So let's go ahead and put some plants in here. Although we did just finish vet research. Right, okay, so I'm gonna go back to researching the camel. Okay, the traversable area looks good. It has 14,000 square feet in here. Oh, it does not like this bamboo that's it's barely reaching over into its uh habitat, but we'll just ignore that. Let's get now the Asia taiga plants. Let's see if there's any trees. I would like this tree. Okay, and it does not want very much plant coverage. I will probably do this Himalayan birch. Let's make sure this is on random rotation. Okay. And then the Himalayan pine. And that's going to be pretty close to as many plants as it wants. So maybe I will just get rid of those two, actually. And then I'll move this one over a little bit. Let's find where it is again. Because we need to place some more different types of plants in here. So let's get some of this moss. And then maybe this bush. Let's see what else we can get. These trees we already put in here. The Scots pine tree. Let's try to get some more bushes and things. Maybe this Siberian pea shrub. Yeah, maybe I will use a line to surface for this. Okay, that was one too many. So that looks okay. That looks okay. Let's also put some leaves down in its shelter. I forgot to do that. Yeah, let's put a few of those in here. And let's see our notifications. This Springbok still has so much stress. I don't know why this one Springbok cannot hide anywhere. This one's doing just fine. and the zebras are all doing fine. One of our rattlesnakes just died. I'm gonna check on that actually. Let's see if we can get in here. Yeah, so we only have a female rattlesnake in here. Let's look for another one. We'll send him in there. Now let's check how our other exhibit animals are doing. Looks like we have 6 desert hairy scorpions in here. Okay. Yeah, I just want to make sure there's animals in all of these exhibits. Yeah, looks good. Now our other springbok also has low welfare. Let's see how we're doing on the plant diversity. So we're at 18% plant diversity. But every habitat has completely different plants in it. So, yeah. I guess we need to build some more habitats anyways. Maybe we could get the African buffalo and do an African buffalo black wildebeest habitat. We could make a habitat for the Barnes tapir. There looks like there's a couple of girl orangutans here, but they're both too expensive for what we can afford. I probably will wait until buying the Himalayan brown bear because those also cost conservation credits. And then the red panda also needs conservation credits to buy it. Okay, we finished more mechanic research. Didn't I say I was gonna buy another female springbok? I think there's one available now. Yeah. So let's send her to quarantine. And then I guess we'll get these African buffalo and black wildebeest. I should have bought them a few seconds ago. There was more of them just a few seconds ago. Okay, here comes my other cat. She's just walking behind the computer. We could get the saltwater crocodile. Okay, let's go ahead and send these to quarantine as well. And then we will figure out a place for them. Let's see about how much room they'll need. So this one we can have up to 32. They need 17,000 square feet. And then the, what's the other one we've got? The African buffalo. Or we can have 15 of them. It needs 18,000 square feet. So let's try to do something around 30,000 square feet so we can fit both species in there. And I think this would actually be a good area for them. Even though I said the elephants could go there, but maybe the elephants can go back here or something. Okay, it looks like our springbok passed quarantine. I forgot to put signs up for the snow leopard. So let's make sure we have a sign and a speaker for the snow leopard. And then let's also get the speaker in place. We can do a couple of speakers here and here. Yeah, let me click on that. There we go. And where did I just put the other one? I think these people are standing on it. Yeah, they are. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to click on the speaker. Nope, that didn't work. Maybe if I go to the education map here, it still just wants to click on the people. Wow, I did not realize this would be so difficult. Okay, they moved. They moved. Here we go. Okay, it looks like the rest of our buffaloes and our wildebeest past quarantine. So let's pause the game real quick and draw a habitat for them. And I'm gonna draw it down here to start. Okay, let's start curving it around this way. And I don't know how steep this hill is. Oops, I did not mean to do that. So I'm gonna go ahead and draw the whole barrier in here. And this probably does not need to be so tall going into the water here. Yeah, we'll try to keep this around 6 feet tall, actually. Okay, let's go ahead and turn the straight section back on. And we'll just give them a nice little section of water here. And that's probably about as far as I want to bring it. Okay, let's just bring up this back up to 6 or so feet. Maybe we'll do a curved piece on the side there. I want to redo that a little bit. Maybe we'll get a more gradual curve like that. Oh yeah, let's bring up this whole section here. And then this hole I'm gonna fix so it's more like that. Okay, you know what? I don't even think their little water area needs to be this big. Okay, that looks a little bit more square. And then I'm probably gonna turn everything in the water into a different type of fence. I think we'll start here. And yeah, we'll just go up to there and we'll do chain link. And then also on the front here where the viewing is going to be, I want to do chain link there. Let's just get rid of that sagebrush. And then we'll put the door, the habitat door on the side. Oh, interesting. So we just we just got 20% plant diversity because I created this habitat with all these desert plants in it. Even though we're going to delete those and put something else in. Okay, this is obstructed. Let's just try. I'm going to extend this path a little bit past here. And maybe actually I will just use the grid to draw that in. And that way we can do something like that. Okay, so let's call this African buffalo and black wilderness. Okay. Beast has 2 E's in it. Okay, so it's like that. Okay, and let's get these guys out of quarantine. And there's no path to destination. Okay. Let's try again. Here we go. So the fence in the water, actually, you can barely see it. So that is kind of the look I was going for. I don't want to see all the barriers splitting up this water pool. But we are going to need to put probably another wind turbine and a water treatment. So I might just stick those back here. And I think I will get a keeper hut first. Right, we're still in facilities. Let's get the keeper hut. And that way we can add these other facilities to the same group. They'll all be right next to each other. And then let's get water treatment. And let's see, negative impact. Okay, that looks fine. It's not touching the path where the guests will be. Let's see our power now. That also looks good. And the water treatment. So that will actually treat the whole entire lake, which is good. So let's go ahead and get rid of the plants in here that they don't like, which is going to be all of them. So we'll just do that. Okay, I think this is the black wildebeest. Yeah, kind of an interesting looking animal. Let's just see how we're doing on space here. We've got plenty of space. I forgot to check how big this, the land area is about 30,000 square feet, so that's what I was aiming for in here. We should be able to have a lot of animals in here. And let's see if there's any more available right now. A dangerous animal has escaped. Okay. Oh, the fence is pretty short over here. Let's go ahead and fix that. If I can click on it. Sometimes this fence editing is a little wonky. We'll go ahead and bring that up to 6.5 feet again. And then let's just kind of make a more gentle slope on the sides. Maybe we should check the traversable area. Okay, so that now looks fine. And then for the African buffalo, same thing. Let's do the emergency capture. Okay, finally the springbok is hiding in its shelter. Finally. I don't know what is going on with that. Many guests think tickets are underpriced. Let's increase this to 18 then. And we'll do 14. When I check this, we're back up to 400 conservation credits. It doesn't look like our zoo reputation has increased very much. We're at 3.5 stars. Let's just see how many animals we have in here. So we need a male buffalo over here, and it looks like we could use another female black wildebeest. So let's get her. Oh, look at this camel. This one is piebald. Very cool. I had no idea the camel came in so many different colors. I do want to save up my conservation credits for some of the other animals in here. Okay, so let's go ahead and fix up this habitat now. We'll get African buffalo and then also, oh, there's a blue wildebeest. Huh. I wonder if that's also native to Africa. Looks like we might need one of these big shelters. Let's see. We can get this one. Um, yeah, this one will probably be good. So let's just make sure it's touching the ground. Okay, that looks fine. We'll put some bedding in here. And let's check how much shelter that is. That's going to be 100% of their shelter. We'll get a couple of the food troughs and then also well, they can, I think they can drink the water out of the lake. Well, let's just also get a water pipe, just because. Put that back here, actually. Okay, looks like our other wildebeest passed quarantine. And we're still looking for a male buffalo. Uh, and it looks like we can't afford a new snow leopard yet. I don't see any orangutans. Okay. So let's also get the terrain in here. All these people are watching from up on the hill. They did not even walk down to the window down here. Maybe I will make this even bigger. Okay, and then they want long grass. And that is actually all right for them. Maybe I will just draw the grass up to the edges here. Let's see. That was a black wildebeest, so let's also check the buffalo. The buffalo want more short grass. Okay. We'll switch back over here. It looks good. Okay. The next thing would be toys. So they can use this grab ball. We'll put that in there, the grazing ball feeder, and then the herb scent marker. Put that there. And then I guess we can do some plants in here. So let's just check what kind of plants they want. Africa grassland for this one. So we'll stick with that. And I can't actually see the plant diversity number right now because we technically already reached the goal there. Anyways, this pine tree is really for the African grassland, okay? I would rather do a few palm trees. I think that looks nice. So we've already technically done an African grassland habitat. Maybe I will stick that in that corner. Let's get some of the smaller ones. So we might not be able to get very much more plant diversity in this one. Let's go ahead, but we can put, I guess I put these reeds in the other one as well. I just thought we could put those next to the water. And then maybe, yeah, I'll stick that guy there. Let's get some of these daffodils. Let's also put in maybe this palm tree. Uh, so let's just see. I guess I'll put the bigger one right there. And then the elephant grass. Yeah, let's get some of this. And then probably this fever tree. I think we have enough space in here to get something this big. Although I think I will go with this one. Okay, let's see. Uh, this just popped up again on its own, so maybe we did reach our goal of 20%. Oh, no, look at that. We bred a new Timberwolf. Okay, I had no idea the Timberwolves were expecting. But we just completed that goal here. Let's go see our new baby Timberwolf. Yeah, so here's the baby Shalice. Very cute. Oh, look at it. And it is a white gray fur coat with dark mottling. Okay, vet research is complete for the camel. I might switch over now to the African buffalo. And let's keep putting some plants in here. Maybe we can get some more different plants. This tree, I think I will go with the bigger beaver tree back here. Let's see how that looks. Yeah. Maybe you just move it over a little bit so it's not intersecting the palm tree so much. Okay, let's check on the plant coverage. We're still at 11%. I don't think I put this tree in the other habitat. So let's maybe do a few of these. And then also this nice red tree is very cute. And the sausage tree. This is another new one. I did not put that in the other habitat either. So we were able to get some different plants in this one. Oh, I forgot about the umbrella thorn acacia. Um, hmm. Maybe we'll just get the tiny one, just for more plant diversity. Okay, cute. I like it. Okay. So all we need to do now is to have one more habitat species in the zoo. Let's make sure we put our donation bins and our signs over here. So we'll get a donation bin up here because that's where people have been watching. And then maybe one down here in case they do walk this far. And right, let's also put the signs. So we'll get a sign there and one there. And maybe do two signs on this side. And yeah, let's also get some speakers. We'll put another speaker up there. So this speaker will be for the African buffalo. This one will be for the black wildebeest. And then let's go ahead and put African buffalo, black wildebeest, and then the African buffalo again. Okay, very cool. Yeah, I was thinking about putting an animal right down here, but I just don't know like where the front of the habitat would be. I guess I could do another little path out here. Let's see, this one's probably only 13 feet wide. So we probably don't want to be too close to the wind turbine, but if we do something like this, and then maybe even, let's see how high this is. We might be able to get, oops. Let's try aligning the grid to this one maybe. Yeah, this is what I'm trying to do, is get a little bit of a viewing area out here. Something like that. And maybe I will just try that again. Maybe if we, no, I think this works better when you choose like a grid piece. There we go. That's kind of what I wanted. So maybe we'll do that and maybe we can fill in this area a little bit. Possibly. I don't know if this is going to work the way I want it to. Okay, so maybe, yeah, I'm still not liking, here's what I need to do. Just draw it this way again. Then we'll get like a better looking shape. Then we can probably maybe get a piece in here. Probably not though. Okay. So we'll just kind of do a little path like that. And I actually wish I had put some kind of little path. You know what? This is probably 16 feet wide, that path. I'm kind of wishing I had put a little bit of a path here to go view the black wildebeest, just like I did with the wolves up here. But, oh, one of our zebras is about to inbreed. Looks like it already did. Okay, I'll just leave her in there, I guess. We do need this male African buffalo. Let's get him. Send him to quarantine. A lot of interesting camels. This one is a red-brown. Let's see if there's a snow leopard or an orangutan. It does not look like there is. So just to make this look more even with what I did over here, I'm probably going to delete this whole thing I just drew. And I will do it again with the path that is 16 feet wide. So let's get the grid piece again. And we'll draw a piece out here. And then maybe, that's kind of cute. Okay. This time I was able to draw in this extra piece, but I don't think it's going to do what I wanted to do. Okay. So I guess we could put an animal down there. Because I kind of have to get the people to walk all the way around here to put another animal over on this side. And I know they're not going to walk that far, but the animals, if I put one like in the middle here, they're not even going to be able to get into the water. So I'm just a little bit confused on how to lay this out, actually. And maybe I should have thought about a better way to get over to this area because we could fit another habitat right there. The problem is now I've just kind of blocked myself off with this whole structure. I've blocked myself off from even getting back here. Unless we bring this path out or bring it back across and then let's actually try to do that right now. Let's see. I think this path is 26 feet wide. So maybe if we, and I probably want to bring it a little bit farther than that. Okay, hopefully we do not get too many more terrain issues. Okay, it kind of made the bridge naturally. That's really good. Oh, I see. This also dips down here. So let's just leave that as an idea for now. I definitely wish this part was more straight. So maybe we just need to swing this out even wider here. Princess Mitzi 28 says, I think I had a path across the lake with a fence underneath it. Oh, that's an interesting idea. Yeah. So you had a path, like, for example, I could extend this path and just go straight down the center of the lake. That's actually a really cool idea because then they could view the animals in the water on either side. I don't know if you heard me saying this before, but I was just a little, confused how to lay this out because I think this is too steep for the animals to get into the water. which I probably could do some terrain editing and, make this a little less steep here for the animals. But it just seemed like kind of a large piece of the lake was sectioned off here in a way that would not be best for building habitats. So yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking about. Okay, let's call a zookeeper over here. Right, we need to call the zookeeper. There we go. Yeah, so maybe I will just actually get rid of what I did right here because I really like that idea, Princess Mitzi, to do something like this. So maybe we can get a piece out here. And then I would actually just like to maybe not delete that much. Maybe, okay, I guess that was all one piece there. Just kind of make a nicer curve like that. And then somehow, let's try that again. Right. So somehow we will make a bridge across here. And maybe, can I turn on, I thought there was a setting in here, curves and slopes. I don't want that. Okay, I guess that was the setting I was thinking of, but that's not what I want. So I'll just try to draw this very straight. Maybe it would help if we get a little bit of a longer section here. Okay. So that's kind of cool, and that definitely gives people an easier way to walk across here. I was very trapped in my way of thinking that, the path has to go on the land up here, but I did not really like that layout. So thanks for the idea. Oh, I guess this guy has been sitting in quarantine for a little while. Let's go ahead and put him in here. And then we'll just get rid of some of these plants that are right in the path. Angle snap is good for keeping the bridge straight. Okay, I did not know that either. Um, the angle snap. Oh, that makes sense. I've never used the angle snap for the paths. That's a good tip. Maybe we can use it over here. Although, I might just use the grid. I don't know. Because I think I actually do want this to curve around this way a little bit. And then it can go up here. Let's see. It's only going to let me connect right there. So we could do something like that. I think this would be a good spot for the Bard's Taper to have kind of in this little area. I guess it's not that little of an area, but maybe actually put the taper on this side. We'll do something else over here. We just need one more animal, one more habitat animal to get the silver star here. We've achieved all the other objectives. Let's go ahead and delete these. And maybe actually I will just get rid of that one, and I might delete the path up there. We can figure out what to do with that later. Okay, let's draw in a couple habitats. I guess the angle snap also works on the barriers, right? I never thought about using that. I've used the angle snap in, like, when I'm rotating things. That's the only time I've used it. Okay, I'm actually going to change this to the undulating uh, setting here because we want to make sure this is tall enough. Okay, let's go ahead and draw it this way and then we'll come down. We'll just avoid those rocks and things there. And then go into the water. Okay, let's turn the straight section back on. Okay, I'm gonna redraw that. Here comes my cat. He wants more food actually. Okay. Okay, so that doesn't look so bad. We've got a little bit of water in there. Now we need to think about where to put the door, which we could probably stick it down here actually. And then let's see if we can get our staff path underneath here. Right, okay. Maybe it would be better to go up this way. Whoops. And we can kind of connect it back up here. Okay, let's see what these alerts are saying. We finished mechanic research and vet research. So we actually finished researching the shelters and climbing. Maybe we should research one of the themes in here. I researched the North Africa theme, but I haven't been using it. Maybe I will think about researching souvenir shops actually. And then it looks like we finished some vet research. Yeah, here's my cat. I might have to take a break here just in a second to go feed him. Let's research the black wildebeest next. Yeah, I will be right back. I just gotta feed my cat here. Hi, I'm back. So Princess Mitzi says barriers, souvenir shops, food shops, and drink shops are usually my priorities for mechanic research. Um, yeah, let's see. I do like to research the shelters and climbing because I do not always like building that stuff myself. And then for this scenario, I also researched power because we need to power the whole zoo with renewable energy. So I decided to get get the wind turbine and the solar panel early so that I could start planning out where to put those. And then you say all the food shops, the drink shops, and the souvenir shops. That makes sense, I guess, because we don't have very many options without researching those, do we? Looks like we have the soda shop, the restaurant, and my cat has to walk back here. Okay, there he goes. And then the chief beef is going to be it. But I don't think, let's see, we have the information center and we have loony balloons. Hmm. In my experience, the loony balloons does not make very much money. I don't think so. I like to put the Hats Fantastic shop in my zoo, usually. Because I also think it's funny when they are walking around wearing all the hats and stuff. Okay, let's connect this here if we can. It wants to connect like that. Okay. Looks like we also need some ATMs for our zoo. So let's go ahead and get a couple of those. And I might just change the color here to yellow to match the donation bins. Let's get another one there. I guess the donation bins are more of a gold color. So maybe that would look a bit nicer. And this is actually the only sort of food court that I have is right at the entrance here. Okay. It might be a good idea to put a food court back here, actually. So I am gonna stick a zookeeper hut over by this exhibit, this habitat. Uh, Here we go. And then let's make sure we also have power back here. Yeah, it looks like if we just put this right next to it, we'll be in good shape. Okay. We could probably even do the solar panel down here. I actually don't think this area needs to be so large. Let's see how much the solar panel will cover. Yeah, that's actually plenty. So let's put that instead. And then I'm going to look at the animal trading here to see what we should get. I might just adopt this Bard's Tapir that costs money right now. We don't have quite enough for this snow leopard here. I think the crocodiles are going to want more water than that. So maybe crocodiles would be a bit better on this side. We could give them a bit more water there. So actually maybe the tapir should go here because I know they don't need that much water. And we just picked up a boy, so let's look. This one has a slightly higher appeal. Let's go ahead and send them to quarantine. And then I'm actually going to change some of the barrier down here to chain link so it doesn't look like it's sticking out so much. Let's see how that looks. Yeah. Yeah, I might even do a little bit more of that. That way we can kind of see those rocks. That look pretty nice. One of our springbok. So this is the other major problem that I'm having in this zoo is the springbok keep getting stressed out. And it's probably just the way I built this habitat here and the fact that there's not very much shelter. I was thinking about, what if I extend the habitat all the way back here for the springbok? And maybe they could get a bit farther away from the people. Of course, then people could also see them from this side, so maybe they wouldn't help. Hmm. Okay, it looks like one of our tapir has a disease. Oh, and if we had just waited a little bit, we could have got this one for cash too. But we can afford this guy, this snow leopard. So let's send him over there. Looks like no orangutans yet. Have you tried a quiet sign? That's right. Yeah, I tend to forget about those, but maybe if we just put a quiet sign out here. They're under security. Right, that's right. Thanks for reminding me. I tend to forget about these, but these actually can help a lot when I've used them before. So yeah, let's put one there where all the people are. Let's stick one down here. And maybe another one on this side. Okay. Maybe that will help with the welfare a little bit. Let's get our two tapir moved in. And it's probably gonna take them a second to get over here. Who is this walking down the path right here? It's our security guard. Oh, okay. I guess he does not need to do any security work right now. Okay, I might just speed this up until the tapir get here. It looks like one is running over here now. And our snow leopard passed quarantine. So we can go get him. and put him in the snow leopard habitat. Yeah, we still have our girl snow leopard in here. Okay, she's got plenty of space for another snow leopard, for sure. Okay, one of our timber wolves is about to pass away. Oh, we got the silver star. So our most popular species is the orangutan again. And looks like we have 1,420 guests in the zoo. We unlocked a yellow anaconda statue. Okay, very cool. Okay, this timber wolf died. So yeah, so we got that silver star as soon as we put the tapir in their habitat. And then looks like we are already achieving this goal in gold, power everything in the zoo with renewable energy. Let's see what the other goals here say. Increase the average habitat species overall welfare to 85%. Right now we're at 84. Um, but we need to have 10 habitat species in the zoo. And then actually the next objective here says have at least 13 habitat species in the zoo. And then release 4 timber wolves to the wild. That's going to take a while. Reach 30% plant diversity across at least 7 habitats. Right now we're at 23%. I don't know if anyone's going to walk over here to go see the tapir. It looks like some people are walking actually. Maybe they will make their way over here. Okay, so let's go ahead and get the tapir habitat set up since we've got them in here. And we'll just get rid of these plants that they don't want. Let's go into the habitat section now, and we'll sort this for tapir. Whoops. Open that back up. Here we go. So they could probably use the medium size food trough. Maybe I will just put it back here. And then their water. Again, I think they can drink the water out of the lake, but let's also get a shelter. This would probably be a good size. And so we'll put some leaves on that. Whoops. Here we go. There we go. It's floating a little bit, so I'm going to move this down just to there. Okay, let's see if that's enough shelter. Yeah, 100% for them. Okay, it looks like people are walking at least this far to come see the tapir. So let's actually get a donation bin there. Yeah, nice. Okay. Right, and then one of our springbok passed away. Let's check how many springbok we have. Plenty of zebras. Lots of zebras, actually, in here. This one we'll move to the trade center. That one we know is the daughter of these other ones, so. Yeah, let's move these last two into, well, let's see. Hold on. I need to sort out the springbok here for a second. So this guy was born here. Okay, first of all, let's release this one to the wild. We get 14 conservation credits for that. This guy will hold on to because he was born here. This girl can go back into the habitat. And then let's just adopt another male springbok. Yeah, so we'll get this guy. Send him to quarantine. Okay. Yeah, was that yeah, that was our male who just died. Okay. These tapir have plenty of space in here. Let's get some grass in here for them. And then it looks like they want some long grass. Oh, that was actually way too much. Okay, let's put some soil then. Okay, and that's good for their terrain. Okay. I'm just trying to get this to blend a little more nicely. That looks good. Let's go back to the habitat section here, and we'll get them a few enrichment items. This rubber duck, they could definitely use that. And then the sprinkler. Okay, nice. Okay, and then I was about to say that that is it for them, but they do need plants. So let's also look at some different plants here. And maybe we can get the plant diversity up for our gold status here. Okay, so these trees I think are new. Let's turn random rotation back on. Okay, I like those trees actually. The banana palm I have not used yet. Bracken, bramble bush. Let's see. We can put one of these Brazil nut trees in here. Yeah, that looks all right. And then what else have we not used yet? The century plants I think I used. Let's just put a few. And then this mangrove tree would look good. So we'll get those three. And I don't know about the palm tree. I think we already used that one. Let's also get some reeds around here. I did not mean to set that so far into the ground, so let's fix that. Okay, looks like our springbok passed quarantine. So that's good. Let's move him now. And this springbok's welfare is actually okay, even though it says it's attracted protesters. Many guests think tickets are underpriced. Let's go up to 22 then, and 18 for that. That research is finished. Okay. I want to research the tapir next. Yeah, let's just get another donation bin over on this side. And then for the plants, yeah, let's keep placing some plants in here. Maybe this giant rhubarb. Get a couple of those. Yeah, maybe this one should actually go over here. I have not used this flower, the orchids. So that's kind of pretty. And then the hydrangea we did use actually. The elephant ear. This is, wait, the lobster claw I meant to say. This is the lobster claw. The elephant ear is a different plant, I think. There's another type of orchid. The ombu tree. That's another interesting looking tree. I like the plumeria flowers a lot. Let's put a few of those in here. Okay, let's see what else we can get. Maybe a couple of these yellow trees. And we'll put one back here. Let's also get one over there. Okay, so let's see how we're doing on plant diversity now. Okay, one of our springbok got sick. We're at 26% plant diversity. So I think with one more habitat, we'll be good. Let's see, we have 4, 5, 6. We only have 6 habitats so far. So our 7th habitat will count towards the plant diversity here. And I think with one more, we should be able to get an additional 4% on that. So let's just call the, oh, it looks like the vet's already picking up the springbok. Let's call the zookeeper over here to clean. Okay, so we've reached the silver star then. We did achieve the silver star, and that was my goal for today. I don't mind putting the habitats in the water here as much as I thought I would. With the chain link fence, you can barely see the fence that's in there, so it's actually not that obtrusive. I thought this was gonna look like a crazy chopped up lake with a bunch of fences in it, but it does not. And so I'm pretty okay with that. I like this little area that we've got going over here. It seems like this is attracting all the people over on this side. Maybe we'll get lucky and there might be a female orangutan right now. There is, but we cannot afford her. Um, the elephant actually costs less than the orangutan, which is kind of crazy. So maybe we'll get elephants next time. I do think I want to, yeah, let's just look at the animals here quickly. We could do flamingos. I don't know about the hippo. The hippo needs a lot of room, even more than the elephant, I think. So, and we need 13 different animals. Yeah, let's see here. We only have 9 right now, so we're gonna need 4 more species. I'm thinking flamingos, elephants, red pandas, and crocodiles. That's what I would like to add. So we can work on that next time. Most likely tomorrow, I will be back on here streaming this zoo again, and we will try to achieve the gold star then when I stream tomorrow. So, oh look, there's a baby camel. A baby camel. Oh, it's kind of cute. I just want to see. This one's brown. Probably the same as its parents. Well, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.